little buddy. So on this episode of BeckBuilt, I basically got nothing. Nothing for you. In fact, I got so much nothing for you, I'm going to call it 20 minutes of nothing episode. But that's only because of a conversation I had with another YouTuber who is having some recent success, and that's good for him. But it doesn't mean that you know everything. It just means that you've had recent success. And I just literally started this like not even 6 months ago. And so I don't expect a lot of viewers, I don't expect a lot of subscribers. I have gotten nothing but positive feedback on what I'm doing. But I gotta touch base on vehicular prejudice. I know I made it sound more important than it is, but this is for people who think that you can only do muscle cars, or you can only do racers, or if you're gonna do JDM, that's cool, but it's got to be like drift JDM, and it can't be stance JDM, and we don't want to see your Bozozuki mods over here, Tyler Fialco. And then, you know, but that's not fair. That's not fair at all, because everybody's going to see their own version of what they like about that particular field in the automotive world. I like everything. I literally have everything. I have a four-wheel drive truck behind me that I plan on building into a flatbed overlander, maybe, I don't know, possibly just like a Hoodoo, my farm truck type setup. I've got a big old Suburban that is full decked out in LED bars and off-road tires, and it's just good for traveling in. I've got my van right here next to us that I'm going to be eventually someday. I want to build, what do you call it, an autocross vehicle out of my van. Yes, I know, but I like ridiculous stuff. We have my wife's car, the Monster Carly, which we're going to be getting progress done on. And then like this, and our JDM in our life is the 1990 Toyota Camry. It only has currently 54,000 original miles on it. And let me tell you, the more I work on that thing, the more I absolutely love that thing. And a lot of these four-cylinder cars, I'm realizing how everything is just click and tick and tuck, and it doesn't take nothing to get them apart, to put new gaskets in them, get them fired up and running again. They're real simple, and that's why I can appreciate that. And the power that some of these four-cylinders are pulling is amazing. So don't hate, man. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's about oil and gasoline and internal combustion engines. It doesn't matter whether or not that, excuse me a second. What, can I help you? Go on, dude. I'm trying. So, anyways, it's all about gasoline running through the veins and oil on the brain and all that good jazz. It doesn't matter what kind of car it is, as long as it's a car and they're enthusiastic about it. You guys who are older, like me, I'm 37 years old. You guys are about to have to like try to shine and be as glorified as you can be right now, because we have a new generation that's already taken over. And I'm talking about Chris Rodnock, Haggard Garage. I think Tommy might be closer to my age. Tommy F. Yeah. Who else we got? I said the Haggard Garage guys. I don't watch very many people. Tyler Fialco is one of my favorite guys, just because he has a Corvette. He can get his need for speed, and now he's like stands in Corvette and he's building it to give it this Grand Tour look. I love it. The Lamborghini is dope. It's one of the dopest Miatis I've ever seen. So don't go and telling people that you can either like one or the other, because that's, well, wrong. People can like whatever they want to like. And, you know, if they put up videos that they like, then that's what matters, is that they're passionate about the videos that they're putting out about the cars that they have available to them. Not everybody can go out and spend a bunch of money on some classic cars. But even though I don't own a lot of classic cars, I am always constantly surrounded by classic cars. Got a 72 Buick LeSabre sitting outside right now waiting for me to get my hands on it. So anyways, let's move on and check out the 73 Scamp. I finally got it finished up. It's got some crankshaft bolt issues that weren't tightened up by the original person who mocked it up together, and the owner said that he was going to take care of that. But wicked burnouts are coming your way.
Come on.
It's an exciting moment. Customer's coming to pick up the scan. So we gotta pull it out.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even see that before.
It's alright, it's nice and straight though. Look at for and now for something that is totally different. What's going on here? Could this be a new set of graphics? For the new truck, maybe? It's taking forever to cut, I know that. This is my biggest cut yet. It's 24 inches wide by, what was it? About 8 feet long. This is what we're cutting out. A little bit of Army stencil font for the new bourbon. The video's gonna be kind of spread out and choppy and jumpy, but it's all good stuff. It's just a lot of little good stuff. So if you look, got it all prepped, it's on the application paper, so let's go figure out layout. See if we can't get this actually on the truck. I'm liking it. So I got it on. It's not 100% satisfactory. There's a lot of bubbles and creases, but I'm working them out and I'm developing techniques for myself as I go. And this is all new to me. I'm learning, but it's still not going to look half bad whenever I'm finished up. It's just going to take me a while to get rid of all the crinkles and bubbles. Get that in the trash. Sorry for the guys. All right. There it is. So, that's perfect as I wanted it to be, but it's on there. And it looks good. It's got a lot of little bumps in there from, well, bad application. My K got stretched out, so I'm working with it. I don't care. I got specks in it. I don't care. So here we are. It's nighttime, and we're out here in the AKA Green Bastard from Parts Unknown, and I wanted to show you all a little something that we got going on with the Green Bastard. For one, the previous owner used to adore his daughter, so he'd do all kinds of little silly stuff to amuse her, like this. Oh, this thing's got little toy air horns on it. And then the other thing he did for himself, check this out. I know I've said this before, but Chem Prime, if you people own an old car and you can't afford to fix the rust, then you need to get Chem Prime and spray the rust. It will stop it in its tracks. For an example, see all that rust around here, and I know I've made a video on this before. Let me show you the wheel I just got done, and it literally took 20 minutes for the Chem Prime to push the rust back. Look at that. There's still a little bit there, but that's only because I'm low and I've got to spread it out. But I love that stuff, and it is really excellent. It's like if you have bubbles like this one, spray Chem Prime in there and it will slow it down to a trickle, even slower than Rust Axe now, but quicker than you think. And due to the lack of filming the process of getting the scamp together, I kind of threw together a little bit of footage of me working on a 1950 Chevrolet sedan. You might find it's a really nice little car, and it was a really easy, simple fix on the brakes. But you know, it's cool to get to poke around a little bit and see how things were set up differently back then than they are now. Now I've got the driver's side, passenger side front, and everything seems to be in order, except for it's probably going to be time for some new brake shoes soon on this side in the front. Make a mental note, this side was a little harder to get off than the other, as in the pads are probably, or the brakes, what do you call it, are tighter on this side. So this is where I had just put in brakes, and everything here seems okay except for the spring on the drum is missing, and I have a feeling that spring is to help the drum from cracking under pressure, and or to help the brakes to apply evenly. And maybe if they're so thin and the brakes are applying, it might be ovaling and not working. I don't know, but I do know there's a giant spring that wraps all the way around this drum, and it's missing. So here's something not most people get to see every day. This is the side skirt that goes on the Chevy, the 1950 Chevy Deluxe. You see it's got a hook here that hooks into a piece on the body, and this hook here. So when you lift this up, it clamps into place, and then this snaps over the top to hold it there. So this thing's a bit dirty, but let's go get this on. I'm going to set this down, sorry guys. Before I do that, see, here's the hook where this side right here clips into, and there's the hook where the spring-loaded side clips into. Alright, so here we are. We're in the 1950 Chevy. We're going to spin around the block, test the brakes, and see if I can't get someone to film for me. It's already recording. Just get some of the dash, some of me, some of the road. So this turns out that's reverse. Ready?
All right.
So that's your reverse.
All right.
A whole whopping 90 horsepower. Here's your forward, first gear. Try to be easy. And then it's up, forward, and that's second. Not too bad. I don't know why I was expecting power steering. Nothing I have has power steering. That's a cool little car. Now I feel like we ride nose high though. What do you think? Is it that nose supposed to be up like that?
Well, that's how high these cars was.
Oh,
from
okay.
front.
They were just demanding that respect.
Yeah.
Sticking their noses to the air.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool, man. Yeah, if I would honestly think I could have this thing better mechanical shape if I owned it. Well, there's some loose, like, you know, questionable what's going on here type stuff. Like, you've heard that? I don't think the throwout bearing's adjusted out fully.
Yeah, well, you see all that, they got rubber grammars in the bottom of the shifter, and that's have play in it, it makes it hard to shift.
That was the last job I did. I took all that play out.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. That's first, this is second. All right, cool, man. I appreciate that. We need to go do a little round the block. The brakes were good now. It's got full pedal. I thought it was kind of weird. Yeah. Let's see. Neutral? Nope. Neutral? Yes. The brakes were, they were just low on fluid.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, buddy. No, get down. Come on. Get down. Sit. No. No, sit, guys. Guys, sit. So, that's going to conclude whatever the hell this 20 minutes of Monday was all about. Sit. Go. Go. Go, 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 go. The car just ended up being low on fluid, so we added some fluid to the master cylinder that was located underneath the floor there, and run up the brakes. Yeah, it drives great. So, gonna try to deliver it to him tonight, or drop it, or he might pick it up tomorrow morning. I don't know which. These animals, they love it when I'm out here. They just, all they want to do is show off and play right in front of me. So, that's basically going to conclude this episode of BeckBuilt. I got to start filming about getting ready for the trip. Yeah, anyways, guys are a little distracted, so I gotta start filming, getting ready for the trip and all. So we'll see how that goes. Let me say a couple things. Look at this punk. Ida's up here. She's finished her food. He sits back. He'll sit back and watch her eat and not touch his food. And when she finishes, he goes over there, eats his food, but he always keeps an eye on her. What a little punk. So that's about wraps this up. You know, a couple projects done that were actually paying jobs. I don't usually film paying jobs unless they're like really in-depth paying jobs. I can say that we got some headers put onto the 84 Ram Charger. It's still here, yes. And what's about to happen is I'm going to pull it in and we're going to tear down the control arms and replace all the bushings with polyurethane bushings. We're going to be doing inner and outer tie rod ends, upper and lower ball joints, as well as all the body mounts. And we're going to be scraping, cleaning, and sanding the entire chassis and all the parts and giving it a fresh satin black paint job. And then once I get all that buttoned up, then it will be finally on down the road, unless I take charge and find someone to do the body work and all that other good stuff. So other than that, man, remember, screw vehicular prejudice. It doesn't matter. Here's my 20 minutes of nothing. Love what you do. 3, 4. 20 minutes of nothing is 20 minutes of nothing. You just wasted your life watching 20 minutes of nothing. It's not smoking crack, but you can't get it back. You just wasted your life watching 20 minutes of nothing. Thought it was something, my 20 minutes of nothing. It'll improve your life, my 20 minutes of nothing. In the comments below, that's where your opinion goes. And you can tell me all about my 20 minutes of nothing.